This podcast is not rated. Listener discretion advised.
Mission 250.
Welcome to the Mission 250 Filmcast, where we are watching the best movies of all time. I am one of your hosts,
Best
Denny.
movies. Best movies.
by
Hey,
critics.
quiet out there.
Yeah. No one invited you to speak yet. I'm one of your hosts, Denny, and these other two guys are.
Yes, I am John. I mean, if there was a time where I wasn't John, and then there's
Oh boy,
maybe
he's
a time
getting
when
deep.
I'm not
Must be all
John
that.
anymore. I'm like every John.
Oh,
He's two
is he
humans.
a John, though? Is he a John? No, you know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe.
And I'm TC, the naysayer.
Yeah. It sounds like it's going to be that way.
Nice.
Yep.
John, what do we do on this podcast?
We some time ago in the distant past, we decided, for reasons that we aren't sure about,
Sure.
to freeze the top 250 list as voted by IMDb users in time. And then we decided to start watching one of those films every week and then commenting on them in this podcast and learning more about the films, going over some trivia, and basically trying to figure out if we like them or not. So here we are, 115 or so films later.
Yeah. Not quite that much, but pretty. What is this?
No, 109?
This is
110?
138, so 112?
Okay.
112. Pretty close. Yeah.
112.
This is number
I was surprised
138.
close. That was a good estimate on my part.
It was.
I feel pretty good about that.
Yeah. So this movie we're watching this week, Sunrise, which is a 1927 movie directed by F.W. Murnau. The synopsis is an allegorical tale about a man fighting the good and evil within him. Both sides are made flesh. One is a sophisticated woman he is attracted to, and the other is his wife. And TC, why don't you start shitting on this one? Go for it.
A tale.
so-
Wait a minute. Also, let's start with it's Sunrise.
Colon.
A tale of two
A
humans.
song of two humans.
A song.
Oh, dear.
of
It's
two
a song
humans.
of two humans.
Well, not that you would hear anyone
Nobody
sing,
was
because
singing.
there's no
Anyway,
dialogue.
sorry.
Which I am going to have to reiterate how much I hate these users, whoever they are, because they're not me. I'm not the user.
It's not just the users
'Cause-
for this one, TC. This is widely
Yeah, this is-
regarded as one of
yeah.
the best American movies
This has,
ever
in
made.
terms of technical achievement, it was quite
Well,
the
okay,
landmark.
fine. First one to marry the sound to the video. That's fine.
Yeah.
That's all well and good.
Oh, he
They
did some
had, like,
research. Look at
some
that.
little nerd in the back, like holding a record needle gun, and another little nerd on the movie projector. They go, "All right, ready? You guys ready? One,
Yeah.
two,
Two,
three. Oh,
three.
shit, I'm not
Recorded. Oh
ready."
my god, it worked. Oh, we're off. A second. It doesn't matter. No one's speaking. Oh, right. We're good. Yeah, I don't know. This, it's a non-talkie.
Kind of.
Oh,
kind of.
there's-
It's a soundy though.
It's
It's a soundy.
There's
It's
some
just
words.
non-talkie.
There's one part where they're like, "Oh, get out of the way!" Ah, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, they make a little mumble.
Yeah, when they're like in the middle of traffic, there, he's like, "Oh, get out of the way!"
Oh,
Yeah.
I had a hard time. Keeping
Yeah,
up
this
with
movie
this
was
one.
made before there were crosswalks.
Oof. That's how much. That's what you gained out of this.
Well, yeah, did you see
Yeah.
that? It's like
I mean,
Jerusalem out there.
complete
Cars, horses,
mayhem.
Cars going
bowling,
everywhere.
everywhere.
And the cars would
Yeah.
not slow down. They would go so
No.
fast through humans.
It does seem like nobody was gonna hit the brakes. I
Yeah.
don't know if they didn't
Yeah.
have them then
No, they
or
just didn't
what's
have
going
rules.
on, but
No rules. No,
No rules.
stoplights, no stop signs.
yeah.
You think there had to be some point, maybe before somebody said, we need to have stop signs or something. There had to be some point where people were just dying left and right. I don't know. Or again, the cars were maybe got going that fast, so everybody had like bruised shins. I don't know, but you
Those
just
cars
think
were
that-
made out of like thick metal back then, though, weren't
I
they?
mean, they
Yeah,
look pretty
so
heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
A lot of
So
momentum in
maybe
those
it
guys.
was pretty bad. Where at some point people were like, we need something here. Something's got to change.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it didn't waste any time getting right into the story.
Yep.
That much I noticed. It kind of like opens up and you're pretty much in it. Guy
That's a
hates
good point.
wife.
It moved really fast at first,
It
right?
did. It moved quickly in the
Yeah.
beginning.
Sort of plateaued off, I think.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
After the murder attempt failed.
I'm going to say the opposite of that, but keep going.
Well, then.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Oh,
I mean, I have nothing for this one.
Nothing.
I hate these movies.
I got a bunch. John, do you have a
Good.
bunch? You want me to go second?
I've got maybe I'm middling about it in terms of things to say, I guess.
Okay.
All right. It's better than what I got because I got nothing.
Wait, well, did you like it?
No.
Did you hate it?
I stopped caring about it about 30 minutes in.
Right.
John, I'm
Yeah.
positive on this one.
You're positive. I mean, I'm not super positive. Somebody, I mean, I know the movie's meant to be a bit of an allegory. I didn't really catch it as an allegory, meaning that it's not just about a guy trying to murder his wife, then not murdering his wife, and his wife being like, "Oh, you got me flowers, so it's okay."
It's all right. Yeah, I mean, that was weird. And like the whole thing.
Super weird.
Yeah, well, because they're again when they at the first they're like trying to say, yeah, this is a story about this is a story for everybody. Totally right. TC, you wouldn't agree. You might not know this yet since you're not married, but me and the wife, we don't go in boats anymore, because once you get married, you got this thing.
Well,
where
you don't know. He might push me over.
Like,
She
what if
might
she got
fucking
drowned?
push me.
Yeah. So it's just a constant risk for married people is being talked into killing your
Getting
wife.
drowned.
Yeah.
Wow,
What if she? I
that's
love
dark.
that. I did. I was like, woo! I like gave a woo to the film. I first laughed and then went woo.
When
that
it
title
melted?
card went up, what if she got drowned? I laughed at that. 'cause
Yeah,
the
I wrote that
wording
down.
just
I was like,
seemed so
is
silly.
that bad English? What is that?
Yeah, and then I thought it was funny, but then the letters melted, and I was like, whoa!
That was, I had to say,
20s.
the letters melting. That must have been a big
the
thing back
letters
then.
drowned, dude. That's so
Yeah.
cool. Back then, I don't know.
Very
That must have
obvious
been-
effect.
Completely, I don't know, but it was really cool. I like that. Yeah, so in that sense, it seemed a little silly to me. I mean, I know the movie's meant to be an allegory, and that you're maybe always warring with yourself in terms, maybe about not being content with what you have, or not realizing what you have, always thinking that, or just wanting to indulge yourself and do bad things. I don't know, but the allegory part of the movie didn't really register with me. It didn't feel like there was a universal message to this. Even though maybe that's what's meant to happen. So that was a little
Right or wrong,
disappointing.
strangling a woman is always a good way to go, I think.
I mean,
I've
it's
got
crazy.
notes here where I've got notes where it's like choke, bake out, choke, bake out.
This is how you develop a fetish, people.
When she's suggesting murder her wife, what if she got drowned? No, choke, 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 make out, make out, make out. No,
Yeah.
choke, choke, choke.
Time
make
to
out.
fuck
fucked
in
up
the mud. Here we go.
Time to, really fucked up relationships back then.
Yeah, that was a little. He's again. If you're trying to go the allegory path, he's wrestling with himself. I guess I don't know, but it was still strange. Oh, I like that. It was just cute that the little toddler, when the mom's crying, was like, "Hey, what's wrong? You okay?" and patting her back. And he's like 8 months old or something. But it's very cute. I thought it was like, "Oh."
Little does he
the
know his
scene-
mother is dead.
Yeah, the scene where his wife's all crying because he's out.
Oh, sorry, when he left.
frolicking around.
Okay, now.
Yeah, this is when he left, and
Right when he first left in the beginning.
yeah, when he
there?
first left, the wife's crying on the bed, and the toddler's like, "Hey, it's all right. You'll be all right. Hey, you okay?" And he's patting her on
okay?
the back.
Dude, it must have been hard to sneak away back then when there was like literally nothing to do in the town.
Right.
It's like, why
Yeah,
are you
where'd you go?
outside? There's nothing
There's
out there.
Nothing to do.
Yeah.
Oh,
Right.
this would be a question for Denny if your ears pricked up for this one. Did you get a Jaws sense from the soundtrack as he was preparing? They were preparing to go on the water trip.
I didn't think Jaws, but I definitely got like a horror movie, suspense movie
I
feelings
got
from
like
it.
definitely a feeling of the soundtrack being like bad things are going to happen
Yeah.
here. I thought the husband, like it was maybe exaggerated, and so it's like kind of like he almost looked demonic as he's sitting there rowing. And again, if you got this allegory thing going on, maybe that makes sense. But otherwise,
How many times can John say allegory? Let's count.
Allegory.
I know, sorry, but the whole movie's trying to say this. There's no singing and there's no allegory.
There's
all
no
right?
singing. There's no. I hate this shit.
There's whistling though. That's kind of singing.
I was thinking about killing you, but here's some flowers.
That didn't work. Here's some bread. That didn't work.
That she makes that dumb face.
They were
that, like-
abducted by beauticians.
And then molested with somebody's elbow.
Yeah. And then there was a cute scene where the statue didn't have a head. They thought they broke it. That was cute.
And they put the squishy doll on top.
Right.
Its tongue
And then
stuck
there were
out.
these live pigs in a carnival game, which I didn't know. And then the pig got loose and you chase the pig. And if you catch the pig, you get to do a peasant dance.
I was going to ask, what was the prize? Do you get the pig normally? But since he
I
fucked it
don't
up
know.
and lost it,
I
that
don't know what.
you got a song
maybe.
request?
Yeah, I don't know. Which maybe apparently the peasant dance insulted the guy, but then he did it. And then there's a guy that's fixing a woman's dress that was falling off, but then eventually pulling it back down.
And getting slapped.
Yeah,
Dude, I like that is the lamest joke ever, but I laughed at it because it was so
liked it?
stupid. Yeah.
It was, yeah.
Because like
then
what
there
kind of the whole thing, it's like what, 2 minutes of screen time with this one
Right.
gag? Is this what people thought
Right.
were funny back then?
Had to have been.
Yeah.
Right. So, and then there were people dancing with a fire on a boat, which seemed a little dangerous.
Yeah. Naomi actually watched that part. She's like, are those people celebrating their boats on fire?
Yeah. Yes, they are. It's 1927.
Yeah, right.
Well, that's what it looks like.
Very
And
common back in the day.
Yeah.
It's just a tradition that really didn't catch on because people kept dying.
Look, they're just happy not to have bruised shins from all the people running the stop signs.
Right.
Okay.
they invented
right.
boat fires and cars at the same time
Hey,
before any
come
safety
on, Jimmy,
measures
you
were-
want to go out to the boat burning? I don't really feel good about the boat burning.
No, not today.
I just don't got it in me.
But
And
the
then
worst
she
part about a
sleeps.
boat burning is you might get an instant hurricane.
Yes, instant
Okay.
hurricane, and that's okay because half people can sleep through a hurricane.
Yeah, she
It
definitely.
doesn't matter. All you need is a bunch of weeds. You'll float on in.
A bunch
Yeah,
of
the Russians,
strap her
yeah.
to some sticks and she'll live. It's fine.
Yeah.
Right. And then
biggie.
what you go do is you go and try to choke out the chick that caused all of this without the makeout part. So then
Yeah,
you
that
just
seems
choke
right.
her.
That seemed like a normal reaction when he
Yeah.
went and tried to kill her real quick, but then
I was
didn't.
confused by that too.
Stupid.
But hilarious. I was laughing at that too because I mean,
laughing,
he just chokes people when he's mad at them.
He's like
all the
"Yeah,
time.
You I don't like, so
Choke you.
Yeah.
choke.
And he just even do
I
it
really
to kill
wish I could get
people.
into these like you guys do. I don't even give them a thought. As soon as they start, I'm like, I'm going to hate this. And I just carry on through. It could be even good. It's definitely not going to be in my head. I'm negative from the start.
In that sense, you have the hardest task of us. I mean, bravo to you for bearing with it. I'm
Yeah.
sorry though.
Jeez.
It is, isn't it? It was the first.
It
major
was the first
studio
one to be married, I think,
to have
the
the
video,
soundtrack
right?
on the film. It's as opposed
Yeah.
to a separate audio.
Which is weird because the jazz singer came out before this, and that had talking in it, but no soundtrack.
Right. But it had talking on a disc that was played separately like it was a recording played separately from the film.
Ah.
But this film, this is the
There's this long, complex history about sound on film, which I tried to read about.
Fox Movie Tone is the name of this thing.
Right.
So I mean, there's a good Wikipedia page on that if you're interested in it. It's kind of interesting, but it didn't last. This technology didn't last very long.
No, but this was the eventual approach, right? The idea that the sound is going to be encoded on the film as
Right.
opposed to run through a separate device.
So you don't have to have
Right.
two little nerds. You can have one little nerd pressing the button.
Yeah.
Ah, one little
I
nerd
say
hit
that
play.
as I probably am a nerd myself, so I don't know. I feel
Probably?
like I can say such a thing.
Probably.
Yeah.
But,
I'm
you're
sorry.
healthy this week, so that's a plus.
No. I'm still sick.
Oh, jeez. There we go. You're
Oh,
a sick
okay.
nerd.
I'm still better, but it still gets bad at night.
You should
So-
nerd out and figure out how to make yourself not sick.
I don't know. Yeah, it's heal
It's
myself,
kids, it's
nerd.
new shit. Yeah.
Don't you live near like one
Yeah.
of the best hospitals in the world?
Yeah, but it's cold, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just cold. It's just this nasty winter. A lot of people have them there, but yes, I do. By the way,
Yeah.
But yeah, so film was. I didn't mind it. I mean, I didn't think it was like the best thing ever, but I thought it was interesting and reading about how there was a lot that was rather revolutionary at the time, or in terms of like the craft of it, the tracking shots and things like that. I really liked the town scenes and the sort of like carnival stuff with those big planes just
Yeah.
like flying in and out of the scene all the
Stuff
time.
was
I thought that looked really,
awesome.
that looked really cool. I really liked that. That was like it just had this really nice style to it, but also looked very impressive, I thought.
Yeah.
But that's all. I mean, it really was a simple story, and I was impressed. Like,
Was
I
it a simple
thought,
story? The story
I
was
mean,
all
it's
over
a-
the place.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Well, no. Guy tries to kill girl, tries fail, and they make up.
Oh, that's simple.
He's gonna kill her. He decides not to, and then they make up. And then she looks like she might have died accidentally, and he feels bad. And then she lives, and then he chokes the girl who planned it. Right? Am I missing anything?
Yeah, you're missing a bunch. If you went through each plot point, this movie's completely insane.
All right. Well, Denny, you got the wheel. Take the wheel, Denny. Denny, take the wheel.
I liked it a lot. I thought every like 10 minutes, it went from like a thriller horror movie or like I guess a romantic movie with the cheating, like a drama type of thing. And then it was like a horror
Right.
movie with like straight up jump scares and like creepy music and stuff. And he turned into like a monster.
I remember this. The horse symbol was scary when
Yeah.
there's some
It was like,
symbol clash with the
and
horse.
You're like, whoa, there's a friggin' horse in here.
Yeah.
I mean, that must have been one of the first jump scares ever if this was the first synchronized like a music cue to a jump scare.
Oh, good point.
There's
So
a cute jump scare.
and then like so after the horror, like he becomes a monster. He's like hunched over and he's walking all weird. He's like
He definitely looks
Frankenstein.
demonic in that boat to the point where he'd be like, "Hey, honey, what's the matter?"
Honey, are you okay? What are you doing coming over to my side of the boat? Naomi also had a thought. She's like, how did the wife know that he was going to kill her? I mean,
yeah, like she really quickly became like, oh fuck, why am I on this boat with him?
Yeah.
Well,
Right?
It was
It was like-
so there
It was
were a
like
couple
10
things that
seconds
added
in,
up.
like all of a sudden,
One,
like he wasn't talking to her or something. What,
Yeah.
like he usually does? I mean,
Yeah.
the guy's
she was
sneaking off into the night.
At first. Like she I thought the actress was great. I thought she it's neat that she got the Academy Award. I thought she did a great job of like showing her emotions, and she had like this feeling like things weren't quite right with the boat when she looked a little worried, and then the dog knew. The dog knew.
Did the dog
everything.
know? That was a bad
The
dog.
dog
knows.
knew.
Supposed to be man's best friend, not woman's best friend.
Yeah,
the fuck?
well,
If the dog knew,
the dog is a very moral creature, Denny.
shouldn't the dog have like attacked the dude on the boat and not have just been able to be tied up again?
Well, that's
This
fair,
guy's
but-
gonna drown you. He's Scooby all of a sudden.
He's gonna drown. He's gonna drown you. But look who I am, just a dog. I don't bite. I can't bite either. I'm torn. I'm not supposed to bite people, but he's gonna kill you. I'm just kind of stuck
just-
here. All right,
Yeah,
so I'm gonna
yeah,
bark.
imagine.
I'm
Right,
gonna
he
run
has
over
like-
to you. But
He
that's
has
all
like
I
a
can do.
nervous
Okay, I'm
older
still not gonna
gentleman's
bite a
voice
person.
when he's doing it, right?
Anyway.
I don't know. He's gonna take you out there. He's gonna do it, man. I don't know. Like just an anxious, nervous dog. Yeah.
Yeah, that scene could have been cut out. It didn't do anything because they just put the dog back and then continued out in the water.
Yeah, that's fair.
It was kind of cool though. The shot.
Yes.
There's some pretty
Yeah.
cool. I agree with like the camera movements and things like that were pretty awesome. It was apparently one of the they used to have to hand crank movies back then. The
Oh,
camera
right.
operator would crank it and they'd have to be
Right.
like have a real
Oh, my
steady arm
God.
to keep the frame rates correct, you know? And there was no standard for like
so
frame
that's
rates a
why-
second.
Was this still hand cranked? Because at
Still
times the
hand-cranked.
movie did feel like it moved fast. It still feels like during the motion, like it's a little faster than you would think it should have been.
Well,
at
that's on
times.
purpose sometimes. When if they
Yeah.
wanted to do like
Oh.
an action scene to make it look like it was going fast, they'd crank it slower.
Oh, I
So
see.
there'd be like more time between the frames.
Speed it up, Charlie. Okay, slow down, Charlie.
Is this the same Charlie that does the Bourne Ultimatum? Is that Charlie?
No. That was Roger.
Okay.
Roger is probably a descendant of Charlie, though.
They're both geniuses for their time.
I come from a line of hand crankers. Now I just do motion.
But I mean, so just thinking about the people on the platforms like moving up and down and through bushes and stuff, they're not only moving it around and doing it smoothly, but they're cranking the thing constantly in like a fluid
Man,
way.
that would be
Guess I'll
tough.
give him
That
that
would be
one.
tough.
Did you notice
Yeah.
a couple times in the boat they just weren't going anywhere though?
That was on purpose.
Oh, it was?
It was, yeah, if you listen to the commentary, it was pretty good. It was just a guy who's still alive did it, which is not the best, but he actually did, he was the cinematographer on the Divine Secrets of the Yeah Yeah Sisterhood. So he knows what he's talking about.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
He actually did a lot more way back. He worked under a bunch of like famous cinematographers and things like that. But he talks about how it was intentional during those parts because before he tries to murder her, it's not moving and it's supposed to be. Because like this director is the same guy who did a bunch of like German films and they do weird things like that. Like if you noticed where in the houses, like all the angles of the floorboards would go up. So like all the houses were on weird angles. Nothing was flat.
Mhm.
And they did things like not moving the water. Then after he tried to kill her, he paddled really fast and the water was like blazing to the side in a way
Wow.
that no one could paddle in that way. So they had
Right.
like a motorboat pushing them or something. So that was intentional. There's a lot of weird stuff like that in this movie.
Yeah, I guess I'm, not really paying attention. So
Yeah.
I
Like
was
in the
that's not
towns.
moving. Next.
Don't
Did
stop
you-
moving.
So in the city parts, did you notice the backdrops were scaled down?
Screens? Well, they got to be screens, right?
They're
Most
they're
of the time.
giant buildings, but they're scaled differently. And to get the scale
Ah.
right, they hired little people to stand near it. So all the people standing nearer to those
Were little
structures
people?
were little people.
Interesting.
So the tops of their heads would line up with the smaller sets, and then the people closer to the
Ah.
foreground would be normal sized people, and the whole thing worked.
That's interesting.
Yeah. They did like crazy things like that scene where it's following him through the swamp. I'm getting into the trivia stuff now. I'll stop after this one.
Ah,
But like
go
there,
ahead.
there are
That's why
two
we-
moons. So So like the first shot is of the moon, and then it follows him around, and then it goes through the bushes, and she's there, and there's another moon. They like painted 2 different moons for the planned shot, which is kind of weird, but it was like in the same spot. But since it's like a painted background set, they had to do some camera trick stuff.
Trickery.
But you guys thought it slowed down towards the end? I thought it like kind of picked up. I thought it was pretty hilarious as soon as they got, as soon as the wedding happened. That part was a little slow before then when she was just like moping around.
Yeah.
But as soon as they like got to,
it
fell
just
back in
became
love.
it became a different film, I think. And I didn't quite adjust, I guess. I was interested that they did that because they could have dragged out this, he's going to kill her. Is he not going to kill her thing for a long time.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that they did that just got resolved where nope, that's not what he's going to do.
It just got really silly for some reason.
Yeah. And then the tone changed. It really became more of just like, here's this couple having fun.
Yeah.
Kind of.
And then from there, after their little fun day, it turns into like an action movie almost, where like the boat is getting, destroyed and
in the
all that
ocean.
stuff.
How did they do that one, Denny?
In a tank in the studio. But yeah, you guys got to admit that the hurricane effects on the sets, that looked pretty damn cool. Like all the paper blowing around.
No, I agree. I really like the city scenes, especially, and the carnival scenes were pretty impressive.
Yeah. I like the special effects. The scene where they were walking through the traffic together, and it like changed into them walking through a forest or something, and then it came back.
That was a screen, right?
Yeah. So he actually doesn't think it was a screen. So
what is it?
So a lot of the effects in this movie were done in camera. So the way they did it is that they blocked off a part of the film somehow using, I don't know, tape. That's a guess, but like somehow they would block out the individual frames, and then they would film one thing, and then they would like do the opposite, and then cover up the film that they, the negative of what they just shot, and then film the rest of it, which wasn't already exposed.
So just like matted out what they don't want,
right?
Film something, then add it in together, transpose.
Meanwhile, they're like feeding it back in, hand cranking the whole thing. Damn it! It just
it's insane. Yeah,
it's hard.
Yeah.
And so a lot of people, that one is not, part of the problem with the commentary is that this guy didn't work in the movie. There isn't a lot of history about the making of it, but with his like expertise in being a cinematographer, he mentions there's a camera move in that scene where it like pans down, I think, or like the crane like comes down and they like kind of rise in the shot. That would be not possible to do for some reason with a rear projection in front of them. I don't know why, but he says that's true. So he thinks he's guessing, but he made an educated guess that that's the way it was done. They also use that in every other, like anytime you see multiple things happening on film, all of that's done in camera. All the superposition stuff done in camera. Like, can you imagine how hard it would be to film the shot where he's thinking about the mistress girl and she like puts her hand like around his face and she's like a ghost? Mm-hmm. How do you line that shit up?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. The pig stuff was like, I thought everything after the wedding thing was hilarious. The pig thing, I just didn't understand what the hell was going on.
Yeah, I know.
Hit the hole, make the little piggy roll.
Yeah. Like, this is a fun game. What do I win?
What, are you abusing pigs? What are you doing?
Yeah, no, just make it go down the slide. It's fine. They run back up.
And don't build the cages good enough. They can go get drunk elsewhere in this giant weird restaurant / dance hall / kitchen / carnival with roller coasters.
The fucking guy drinking out the bottle.
Gotta love people who stick their tongues way up before they start drinking stuff.
It tastes good.
Do you think people are embarrassed now that how, dancing back then was? Was that good dancing? Her dancing in like the swamp?
I have no idea. I don't know. You could go anywhere now and like look at dancing and wonder if that's good dancing or not.
Yeah. I'm not sure.
I mean, I think
dancing.
White people themselves, they're not the best dancers anyway.
Yeah, I think that's still better than just doing the knee bends.
Like the fists with the bent elbows and just the bouncing slightly?
No, I just that's how I dance usually. I just do that knee bend thing, that white guy thing where you just kind of
like
bend your knees.
Like the twist and shout?
No. You bend.
Oh, like literally barely move. Just bend your knees a little. Yeah.
Oh, so your hands are like in your pockets and you're bouncing up and down.
Pretty much, yeah. Maybe if you get into it, you might add the head nod, but then you're getting crazy.
Whoa, head nod, jeez.
Oh.
Or maybe it would start with the head nod. I'm sorry. Maybe the knee bend is the escalation. I haven't been to a concert for a while, so I can't remember.
Stand in the back, lean on the bar, don't move.
Don't worry about it. You got this.
You guys know what a bull rush is?
No, those are those large sticks, like rushes, right? I don't know. Those are like things that grow near swamps and rivers, or like reeds.
Tall, rush-like water plant.
If you had a bunch of those, would you float?
I
Don't know. Haven't tried.
It seems like if you put a bunch of grass together, it's not going to save a human being from drowning.
If you tie it real tight
And then tie it to your wife.
and then tie it to the wife, she
And
may
then throw her
float out of
overboard.
the stage, the sound stage. She'll float. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, those things live on water. I guess they could be thick enough if you had a bunch of them.
Let's get into it.
Let's dive into it.
Do you guys have any thoughts about the wife's hair?
It was a helmet.
Should
of
I say
sorts.
hat? Yeah, helmet.
Yeah.
A helmet hair.
The round orb on her head.
Apparently that was a total wig, right? Like she normally has long.
Wasn't
dark
that
hair.
obvious? That was the one thing I was
Yeah.
certain I could say about the movie was that what she was wearing on her head was a wig. There was like no line of where it was perfectly, no one's hairline is perfectly circular, right? Or is it? Do you guys know a circular haircut on the forehead?
Don't know. Don't know.
Yeah.
No. Didn't think about it too carefully.
Mm.
Damn it.
Yeah, he chickens out way too late at the murder. You're gonna murder somebody. Make a
Gotta
decision
go
before
for it on the
you-
way.
Oh, you
and then
think?
go have fun and then come back and be like, oh, it sank.
So wait a minute, back up there. I'm sorry,
Right?
not again. As I said, I try to murder my wife all the time. That's just part of marriage.
You could have someone show up at
Everybody's
your
tale,
door.
But I'm sorry. I always chickened out like pretty much immediately with the murder thing.
That's not how you do it, dude. If you want to be successful at it, you have to commit, and then you can still
You
walk
gotta
really
commit to the
slowly
commit.
towards the victim, but you have to
Yeah.
follow through.
Hmm.
It's really the most
Aha.
important part of the whole murder.
Follow through is the
that's
most important
that's
part
been
of the
my
murder.
problem. Yeah, that must be my problem.
Don't be a quitter when it comes to murder. That should be the slogan for kids.
Almost. Hey, kids.
Hey, kids, I got something to tell you.
It's not good advice, but it's 100% true.
It's true advice. Yeah, let me take a drink off. You don't be a quitter, kids, when it comes to murder. What?
Why
Get
did this
outta
guy
here,
become
old man.
drunk?
He's drinking with a pig. The pig was on the ground. He found the wine. They drank together. And they went.
I was surprised that nobody noticed the full-grown man bawling his eyes out in the middle of somebody else's wedding. It's like a strange man walks
Oh,
in
I
the middle of
didn't
the
see that.
ceremony. You didn't see it?
Yeah,
do
I
you mean?
didn't recognize that. Yeah, I don't
When
remember seeing it.
they crash the wedding, he goes in there and they like the freaking priest or whatever says something about how it's for, life or something. And he's like, oh crap, I did this too. And he starts bawling into his wife's lap in the
He's gonna
church.
kill her.
Oh, man, I
Is
missed
that
that
God?
What? That was the reason that she switched back because she saw how sorry he was for trying to
he's
murder her.
bawling. Oh, I'm sorry. I see. Sorry, I'm getting confused what you're saying. So I thought the way you said it, which I think this is entirely your fault. The way you said it,
Of course you do.
Here we go.
made me think there was some other guy, not
Other
the main
random
character's,
person.
like just standing there.
He's
Yeah.
the random
But
guy.
He's the random
gotcha,
guy.
yeah,
Well,
yeah.
so I'm
He's
in
not
the
random to
perspective.
me.
He's random
yeah.
to the people. He's a stranger to the
In
people whose
the
wedding
wedding.
is.
I see. Yes.
Yes. Which
Yeah.
is very unkind of him. And then they also take the, what do you call it? The wind out of the sails for the escape party. And do you just invite people? Like on the way out of the church, there were people waiting for the bride and groom to come out. But they weren't in the church for the ceremony.
Mhm.
They're just there to say goodbye. That's not how that works.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
right though. I don't know.
Let's pick it apart. 1927. The scene where she was like not getting her haircut at the barber shop. That guy, what the hell was going on there? He was just like hitting on her.
He was like, hey, cutie. And then
And by that's must have like he sits on her.
I'm gonna sit close to her.
Yeah, he just like keeps scooting over until he's like sitting on her leg almost.
And then was it going to murder her now is her champion.
Well, it's because he got a shave. He really fixed his life up.
Yeah, I guess so.
I thought there was going to be something because the movie was so changing tonally. I thought she might have tried to murder him too with one of those straight razors. I guess whenever I see like a straight razor, I think of like Sweeney Todd and murder.
Oh yeah.
You guys ever gotten a straight razor? I never have. Fuck that.
Oh yeah, I always get scared every time. Like the guy's gonna cut
I've been
me.
in a barber shop where they do that to the back of your neck.
Did they
Oh,
ask
they do
you
it.
before?
Shave.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
don't
well,
ask
they'll
him,
like,
right?
they'll like take a straight razor and do the hair on the back of your neck. They won't necessarily. I mean, I'm sure that you can go places and get
I'd
shaved.
be like, hey,
too,
stop
but
it. No,
that's-
no, use the clippers.
Nope.
I don't give a shit how fucking short the hair is.
I mean, it's kind of nice. They always do it at my barber. They do the whole edge around your front and back there. But
Fuck that. What if the guy
I'm always
sneezes?
assuming one of them's gonna flip a switch, and then I'll just get sliced, and, bleed out in the fucking chair.
Nice.
That's what I'm thinking about when I'm getting my hair cut. Like, all right, is this it? Is what? Oh, no, he's all right. He didn't cut me.
I mean, it's the same thing when you're standing like waiting for a freaking subway train. You're like, well, if someone just decides to lose their mind, they could really easily just shove me out here.
True, I could just trip, and
Yeah.
I'm not even moving. I still think I could trip.
Yeah. Or just forget how to stand for like a half a second at the wrong second, and then
knees
fall into
buckle all of a sudden. I don't know.
I was wondering if they really got that pig drunk.
I have
Like if
no
they
idea what was
swapped out,
going-
if they
I do
swapped
not
out the
understand
wine or
anything about
something.
the pig.
No,
What
but
do
it
you
like
mean you're trying to get the pig drunk. I'm confused.
No.
I had no idea.
well,
No,
I mean,
because
it was
the
sliding
pig was
around.
drinking the wine, right?
Yeah, and then it slid
So-
around. Like, did they either got the pig drunk or they put like butter on its hooves or something like that?
Butter hooves.
One of the two. Probably could have cooked him after that. Tasted pretty good.
He might have been hammered.
The pig,
I
yeah.
just scrolled to it now and I'm watching it again. I think, he could be drunk. He
Yeah, he's
could have
fallen
licked up
over.
that wine.
Or maybe they had like a string tied to him and they were pulling his legs out in different directions.
I mean, he's really going for the bottle too. I love it. He's like, no. There's more. It's not all gone. Oh, sorry, yeah. I'm not done yet, boss. Yeah.
I
I think he's hammered.
think he's hammered too. I think back then nobody gave a shit about pigs.
Yeah, there's no pet, there's no animal
Yeah.
division.
The fireworks. Did you guys think that firework display looked safe?
That's a
It
good
didn't look.
question.
It almost didn't look real to me. Like it was superimposed over it or something.
It looked like it was going to catch on fire. It looked like one of those firework factories exploding. Because don't usually, I mean, I don't know how different fireworks were back in like the 20s, but nowadays, like they go up and they explode. That one was like missiles launching off the ground or something.
Yeah,
like
well,
1,000
I
at a
can't imagine
time.
firework technologies was too good then. Right?
Maybe. I don't know.
Has it really? It might not. I mean, that's one of those things that may not have really changed either. I guess I don't know.
Yeah. Because they had fireworks they've had them for a while.
Right.
Lots of time to practice. I don't know.
Lots of time to blow people's hands off.
Oh, another good thing, John, is to, if you have a wife and your boat's in the middle of a hurricane, don't bother paddling. Get busy hugging. That is
Yeah, that's right.
the ticket.
Well, you're just realizing, how much you love her and everything still.
Oh, you look so
Yeah.
sweet
While
with
you're
your
about
wet.
to kill her. Yeah, exactly.
Commentary. So yeah, like I said, I don't know if I'd recommend this commentary. The guy guesses a lot of shit, but he is a professional in Hollywood, so I don't know.
True.
I think we covered a lot of this actually. For the guy, so his weird walk. It's been said that they put lead weights in his shoes to get him to walk like that.
Which guy? When
The man
the man when he was all being evil?
in the beginning and in the end, before
Oh.
he's killing his wife and after he thought his wife was dead, they put lead weights
Gotcha.
in his shoes to make him walk like that.
Yikes.
The titles, the Murnau, the director, didn't like title cards, so he didn't have anything to do with them. They were all added after he went to Germany as soon as his
really?
film was done.
By like two other people, right? I saw that in
yeah,
the beginning, I think.
yeah, and apparently that was a thing back then. Like the title parts, they get credited for story creation and story, like the narrative is something. I mean, seems like a pretty easy
Two
job.
separate things, huh? I
Yeah.
mean, watch it and then.
Yeah, there's like the plot, and then there's the title card credit.
Huh.
Title card credit's like writing a half a page of a story.
Right.
There's like not much to it, and the freaking English is bad. Get drowned? I don't think that's
Get
right.
drowned.
I don't think that's right at all. That trolley that they drove to the city in was a renovated car with that trolley skin attached to the outside of it, and they built a mile worth of track to kind of like all the shots of them going around in the city or not the city. I don't know, like near that lake they were staying at and stuff with the village around it. That was all real. They built like a real train track around there. They built that whole little village by the side of the lake. They built the whole city. They reused a lot of it for later movies, but it was all built for this one.
Damn.
Wow.
Yeah. So if you were to guess, I'm not sure how, I couldn't guess at this. Let's see if you can. The $200,000 was how much the city set cost in 1927. How much do you think that would be now?
A lot. Millions, right?
Yeah,
Millions.
right. I mean, like 3-4 mil.
2.8.
Ooh, that was close.
Yeah, it's pretty close. But that's a lot for a set.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely, that's a lot. I don't think like an episode doesn't get that much, period.
Right.
Let alone a fucking,
And I was looking up like the biggest sets ever built. The Titanic was still the most expensive, and that was $30 million for the ship set. Yeah, this got like, John, you said she won like a Best Actress Award. She was actually nominated for 2 other movies too, and she won for all 3. And they didn't have that many rules back then because that was like the very first Academy Awards was when this movie got awarded with things, which is a long freaking time ago. They didn't even have a Best Picture category until the year afterwards.
Oh, wow.
You guys heard of the movie The Jazz Singer?
yes.
I've heard of it
Yeah.
and initially thought it was a Neil Diamond thing, but no.
It came out a month before this movie came out in theaters.
It was it was like the first talkie.
Very
right?
first talkie.
Oh, at least it was a talkie.
Yeah. Well, I don't think we'd want to. I mean, if you go to the Wikipedia, it looks pretty damn racist. Apparently, like the last scene is that the main character puts on blackface and sings. So I don't know. That's probably why it's not in the top 250. But it made it so it didn't make any money, which made the director lose like his creative freedom, which sucks.
Yeah.
What else you guys got?
Nah, I
Nothing.
started with nothing.
Started
So
with
I don't think
nothing.
I'm gone. I'm not
Yeah,
getting anywhere
I
now.
gone through everything I got.
I was looking into silent films a little bit too. Most silent films, between most people's estimations, are between 70 and 75% of all silent films are completely destroyed.
Wow.
No one will ever be able to watch them again.
As in, they're just wiped off the face of the planet.
Off the face of the planet. Either
How the hell did that happen?
so because there wasn't like the time between the end of the silent movie era and the beginning of home video / VHS tape was like 50 years. And all these studios who didn't have the foresight or care, I guess, to preserve these things destroyed them because they didn't they took up a lot of space in storage units and things like that. And over time, they're like, no one's watching these, just taking up space. Let's fucking get rid of them.
Huh.
So they destroyed them.
That's crazy.
I know. It's pretty insane. But the film also is dangerous to store them because the film is extremely flammable.
Flammable, right? It'll
Yeah.
just go up.
So between
It's hard to archive. It's expensive to archive and expensive to keep it cool and not overheat and all
Right.
that other shit.
and even people were trying to save some of them. A lot of them were like, there were some classics that were destroyed in fires, like accidental fires. So it wasn't just studios destroying them. Between like studios getting rid of them and fires, 75% just gone, which is bizarre. This guy, F.W. Murnau, 8 of his 21 films are gone.
Wow.
And this guy
Wow.
was famous. This guy did this one, which is considered one of the best movies ever made. He did Nosferatu, which is like a classic
Damn.
horror movie.
Right.
Yeah.
That's on our list, isn't it?
No.
Oh, I'm surprised.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised too. That's good news for you though, TC. It's a silent one.
Yes.
Silent one.
Thank God. You know
Yeah.
what? I thank the heavens that guy happened to, get rid of them all.
Yeah. I think that's pretty much all I got. These silent ones, man.
They're tough.
How many more do we have?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah.
We have
I
The
don't know.
Gold Rush, which is a
We've
Charlie
got-
Chaplin.
I was gonna say we got a Charlie. At least don't we have The Great Dictator too? Possibly.
That and also City Lights, I think, is on the list.
Oh, Metropolis, I think is.
Yep, Metropolis is on here. Got at least 4 more, TC.
Oh boy.
4 more.
Jesus.
The Kid, up 5.
Oh yeah, it's another Chaplin, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Maybe you'll learn to like them. How about that?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sure. Sure.
What did you think compared to The General? How would you compare this one?
I mean, it's a more relevant story, I guess, because it's like story about people.
Yeah.
Considering about
Killing.
how like The Jazz Singer you can't watch now, and that movie was extremely influential on movies, but it's like super racist now. And then you have like A Birth of a Nation, which was extremely influential, but it's racist. Hey, at least this movie isn't racist and kind
Isn't
of holds up.
racist.
No,
That's true. Like the story, I mean, like John says, he's still thinking about these things.
Yeah.
So,
And it's probably because of the idea that it's a kind of a simple story, even though it's all over the place and weird, and they don't name anybody and they don't really have a setting. Not bad. 90 years old.
Yeah, I mean, that's
it's
true.
not bad.
Right. I mean, when you really put it that
Plus,
way.
you had what it did in terms of groundbreaking.
Yeah. I mean, I'm appreciative of sound and video melding together. It's a good idea. Yeah. 250. TC, we know what you'd say, I think.
Well, I mean, I got to say yes, I guess.
Do you?
'cause It's because it's the first
Aw.
thing.
No. If you
That's
didn't
why it's
like
on
it,
this
yeah.
goddamn list.
And your favorite thing is the melding of sound in movies, right?
I mean, yeah, right. Like I like sound, so I guess I really can't talk shit. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't have all these other things to watch that I do like. So
fair enough. So that's a yes, John. What would you say?
I'm gonna go yes.
I am. Well, now TC said yes. Now
John was
I
going to
feel
go no.
pressure. God damn it. I was going to go no, too. I'm going to go no, and TC can be the only yes, and I think that's funny.
Oh, I'm going to go
I
yes
think
for
that's
sure.
great. Yeah. Yeah, I know. Yeah. It's
I'm
just,
going to go no.
This is a yes based on nothing but, history.
Yeah. I mean, this definitely should be on the list of the top 250, probably top 5, maybe top 10 or something like that. Most influential movies. And the fact that it lasts for so long, and I was laughing at it a lot. I'm not sure I was supposed to be laughing most of the time I was, but it had me I felt good watching it, and it was extremely weird and entertaining the entire time. And I would probably, I haven't seen very many silent movies, but it's probably the best one I've seen, which isn't saying very much, but something.
True.
It looks
is
good.
Saying something.
Did your guys' copies
Definitely
look good?
saying something. I mean, I rented mine on Amazon, so.
I ended up
good
watching what I had. I ended up watching it on YouTube on my phone. So,
oh, nice.
So you can't tell? Too small?
I can't tell on one hand, but on the other hand, it still looked good.
On one hand, because it was in your hand, because it was in your phone.
Exactly.
Yeah. So yeah, next week we're gonna watch a Studio Ghibli movie,
Oh, nice.
Howl's
Yeah.
Moving Castle, directed
Okay.
by Hayao Miyazaki. When an unconfident young woman is cursed with an old body by a spiteful witch, her only chance of breaking the spell lies with a self-indulgent yet insecure young wizard and his companion in his legged walking castle.
Okay.
Yep.
Got it. That
Okay.
makes sense.
Go on.
Cool. I'm excited for you guys to watch. I assume neither of you have seen this movie?
I have.
Don't believe so.
John has.
Quite a while ago, though, so I don't remember it. I'm looking forward to seeing it.
So I'm going to recommend that you watch the American dubbed version of it.
Oh, yeah. Why is that?
Is it like last time? I've got the disc, so I hope I have the choice, or I hope that's what I got. It was there was another of the Ghibli films where the American dub was better, right?
Yeah, I have all of them. I've seen all of them with both, so I know.
Right.
At least I have my opinion on which one is better. This one has Christian Bale. It has Billy Crystal, Emily Mortimer. Some good voice actors there.
So you're saying dub it is.
Dub it is, and this way you also get to watch the animation,
Dub
which is important, I think, with animated movies.
Yeah, true. That's a good.
All
point.
right. Yeah, because then you're not paying attention to the subtitles, right?
Right. You get to see their weird, just mouths moving up and down. No slight animation in the mouth, just open and closed. That's all.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I
Okay.
guess I'll try to find the dub.
Sweet. It should be on the. Yeah, I don't know how you're gonna watch it, but yeah, dub with Billy Crystal. That's it. That's all I got. That's all you guys got.
All right, guys. Yeah.
Oh,
Cool. Thanks for listening, everybody. Go to our website, mission250filmcast.com. Our list is frozen. Our upcoming movie list is there. You can find us on Facebook and Twitter. Like and subscribe on your
Tell your
podcast
friends.
app. Tell your friends. Tell a friend. Watch these movies with us.
Yeah.
Let us know if
you
we're
know, you like
completely
old movies.
off. Yeah. All right. Thanks, guys. I'll talk to you guys next week.
Yeah. Take care,
All
guys.
right.
Thank you.